Okay, let me discuss the practice exam 1. The first problem. Solve the equation. Okay, solve this equation. How do we solve it? We first multiply this equation by the common denominator of two sides. Okay, so this denominator has a factor x minus 3. This denominator has a factor x. This right denominator has a factor x times x minus 3. So we're going to multiply two sides by x minus 3 times x. Okay, do the multiplication. And the first term times this one, x minus 3 canceled. So you will have 4x minus 2 and times x. And second, x canceled. You have a 3x minus 3. And here you have a negative 3. Right? The denominator is totally canceled. So you do the multiplication. You transform this rational equation into a polynomial, the quadratic equation. So let's simplify it. 4x squared, 4 times 2, 8 times x minus 8x plus 3x minus 9. Move this negative 3 to the left side, plus 3 equal to 0. So it's a 4x squared minus 5x and minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, now let's factor it. So it's a negative 2, positive 3. So check this. 2 times 4 is negative 8. 1 times 3 is a 3. Negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. You see, that's exactly negative 5 here. So you put x here. You will get a 4x plus 3. 4x plus 3, x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then by the zero product property, so either 4x plus 3 is equal to 0 or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then here x is equal to negative 3 over 4. So here x is equal to 2. So the solution set is negative 3 over 4 and 2. Okay, so that's our first problem. Second problem, again, solve the equation. So we have x plus 2, x minus 2 is equal to x plus 3 squared. All right, so here let's recall a minus b times a plus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. You will use this property to multiply left side. And a plus b squared is equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. You will use this for the right side. So left side becomes x squared minus 4, so x squared minus 2 squared. And right side is x squared plus 6x and plus 9. All right, so you cancel x squared from two sides. You will move negative 4 to the right side, so it's a 6x plus 9 and plus 4. You move this to the right side, the negative becomes positive. Okay, so you exchange left side and right side. So it's a 6x. 6x plus 13 is equal to 0. And so 6x is negative 13 and x is negative 3 over 6. This is the answer, the solution set. You can just say the solution set just is braces negative 13 over 6. Okay, so this is our first two problems. Next, write each expression in the standard form a plus bi. So we have negative 3 plus I and 3 plus I. Well, we just do product, do multiplication. Negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Negative 3 times I minus 3I. I times 3 plus 3I. I times I, negative 1. Remember, I squared is equal to negative 1. Right? So negative 3I, positive 3I, they're cancelled. Negative 1 minus, negative 9 minus 1 is negative 10. So this is the answer. The product is actually a real number. Second, 6 minus I over 1 plus I. How do we compute it? Do the quotient. We multiply top and bottom by the conjugate of the denominator. This is a fixed process. And then we do the multiplication of the numerator. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times I minus 6i. I times 1 minus I. Negative I times negative I is again minus 1. I squared is negative 1. Negative I squared is also negative 1. Denominator. Whenever you have z times z bar is always equal to the modulus of z squared, which means it is equal to 1 squared plus 1 squared. So let's check. 6 minus 1 is 5. Negative 6i minus I, negative 7i over 2. So it should be 5 over 2 minus 7 over 2 times I. All right, so this is problem 7, how to simplify the expression, complex expression. Okay, problem 4, we solve the inequality. Negative power at 3x plus 6 to the power of negative 1 means the reciprocal. All right, so from here you have two positive reciprocals. You flip them, you change the direction of our inequality. So a, you have two positive numbers, then 1 over a is going to be greater than 1 over b. Okay, that's a property. So here, let's see, we get this inequality, we move 6 to the right side, so it's a 3x greater than 3 minus 6. So 3x is greater than negative 3. And divide this inequality by 3, you will get x equal greater than negative 1. So the solution set is negative 1 to infinity. It does not have equal sign, you use parenthesis, not a bracket. Okay, negative 1 to infinity, it's greater than negative 1. All right, so that's problem 4. Problem 5, we are going to solve this equation with radical expressions. The equation with radical expressions. Okay, how do we do that? We square two sides. This is not too bad. So we square two sides. What we get? We get 10 plus 3 square root of x is equal to x. All right, and then I'm going to move 10 to the right side, and then I'm going to square two sides. Square two sides again. Square two sides here. The left side you have to square 3. You have to square square root of x. So you square 3 is 9. Square root of x squared is x. Right side is x minus 10 squared. So 9x is equal to x squared minus 20x and plus 100. So this place you use a minus b squared is a squared minus 2ab and plus b squared. Okay, so you move 9x to the right side, you will get x squared minus 29x and plus 100 is equal to 0. Okay, and then 100 is written as a negative 25 times negative 4. So the sum is exactly negative 29. Okay, so you get x minus 25, x minus 4 equal to 0. what you get? You get x is 25 or x is equal to 4. When you get this and you have original radical equation, you have to examine it. Okay? So when x is 25, the left-hand side is square root of 10 plus 3 times square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 5, so it's 10 plus 3 times 5, 15. The square root of 25 is 5. This is right-hand side. This is left-hand side. The right-hand side is the square root of 25 is 5. They equal to each other. When x is 4, the left-hand side is square root of 10 plus 3 times square root of 4. So it's 10 times, square root of 4 is 2, times 3 is 6, so it's a square root of 16 is 4. And right-hand side, what is right-hand side? Square root of 4 is 2. No. So the solution set is 25 only. It does not include 4. 4 does not satisfy the original equation. 4 is a solution of this quadratic equation, but not the original equation. All right. Okay. So problem 6, we solve the inequality 4x squared plus 9 less than 6x. Remember, for the inequality, quadratic inequality, we always keep the leading coefficient positive. So here's the 4x squared is positive, it's good. And then we're going to move all 3 terms to the left side. All 3 terms to the left side. And then we are going to find the solutions. Okay, so we first solve this equation. This equation what else? 3 is not, well, I don't know how to factor it. Now let's try to find try to use the root formula. What is the root formula? X is 2a negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac. b squared minus 4ac. All right? Okay, so a is 4. A is 4, it's 8. B is negative 6, negative b is positive 6. B, all A, B, C contain the sign. So b is negative 6, then negative b is positive 6. Plus or minus square root of b squared, negative 6 squared, 36, minus 4ac. C. 4a and c. Okay, and then what do you get? You get 8, 6 plus or minus square root of what's this? It's negative, right? It's going to be negative 16 times 9. 16 times 9 is 144, so it's a negative 98. The negative means the quadratic function does not touch the x-axis. When you have a negative discriminant, it means your graph is like this. So it's always above x-axis. There's no part below the x-axis. But here you're looking for the solution less than 0. You're looking for the solution below the x-axis. So the solution set is empty. There's no solution. Okay? Discriminant, when it is negative, less than 0, has no solution. Greater than 0 has all solution. All the point will be the solution. All right? Because it's always above the graph, above the x-axis. Okay, so this is a problem 6. Be careful about this. So this one, if I mean, let me modify it a little bit. If we are talking about the same function, but I change it to be greater than 0, then the solution set is from negative infinity to positive infinity. For every point, the graph is above the x-axis positive. The value of the quadratic function is positive. Okay, here is negative, no part below x-axis, so empty. These two results come from the discriminant negative. Okay, problem 7. We are going to solve the inequality 5 minus absolute value 1/2 x greater than or equal to 3. Okay, so let's simplify it. We move 5 to the right side, so it's negative 1/2 x greater than or equal to 3 minus 5, which is negative 2. And multiply two sides of inequality by negative 1. And this 1/2, you can move it outside of the ops value function. So it's a 1/2 ops value of x less than or equal to 2. So we multiply two sides of inequality by 2. Ops value of x is less than or equal to 4. Then x is between negative 4 and positive 4. So the solution set is negative 4 and positive 4. Right? Problem 8. What is the domain of the function f(x) equal to square root of x minus 3x squared? What is the domain of this function? Domain of the function means the set of all x so that the function makes sense. And the square root, we require or we need that x minus 3x squared greater than or equal to 0. So this is a condition for the domain of function. And the leading coefficient of this quadratic inequality is negative. Remember, this is not what we are interested, what our method applied. So we multiply the inequality by negative 1 and change the direction. So it becomes positive 3 as a leading coefficient. And then you factor out x, you get a 3x minus 1. So you have two solutions, x is 0 or x is 1 over 3. You have those two solutions, it's less than or equal to 0. So the solution, the domain is, okay, you're talking about this one. This one is equivalent to the original. This is equivalent to the original. So here it's negative, here it's negative. We focus on this. And domain is going to be between 0 and 1 over 4, or 1 over 3, closed in. Right? So don't check here. Here is positive. It doesn't matter. We don't apply our strategy for this inequality. We apply our strategy for this inequality. This inequality is less than, so it's between them. Okay? Okay, number 9. Number 9, a candy store sells boxes of candy containing caramels and creams. Each box sells for $12.50 and holds 30 pieces of candy. If caramels cost 25 cents to produce and the creams cost 45 cents to produce, how many each should be in a box to make a profit $3? Okay, so a box contains 30 pieces. sells for $12.50. Solution. Assume there are X pieces caramels in a box. Then total is 30. X pieces are caramels, then there are 30 minus X pieces creams. Okay, caramels cost, this one cost 25 cents. Creams cost 45 cents. So X times 25 cents plus 30 minus X times 45 cents. This is a total cost. The total cost plus the profit, $3, is equal to the price, $12.50. Okay, so cost plus profit is the price. Okay, now let's compute it. So it's a 0.5x plus 30 times 45, 30 times 0.45. So it's a 5, 13. So it's a $13.50, $13.50, and minus 0.45x and plus 3 is equal to 12.50. Okay, so you move this. This is a 16.5. Move to the right, so it's 12.5 minus 16.5. Here is a 25 cents x minus 45 cents x is minus 20 cents x. Okay, so negative 0.2x is equal to, this is negative 4. You multiply two, so x is negative 4 over negative 0.2. That's exactly 20. First, negative negative cancel, then 4 over 0.2 is equal to 20. Right? So there are 20 pieces caramels, and so there are 20 pieces caramels and 10 pieces creams in a box to get $3 profit. Okay. Problem 10. A motorboat can maintain a constant speed of 60 miles per hour relative to the water. The boat makes a trip upstream to a certain point in 20 minutes, and then return trip takes 15 minutes. What is the speed of the current? Okay, so upstream, of course, you have 60 miles per hour speed relative to the water, but the water has opposite speed. So solution, assume that the current has a speed x miles per hour. So when the boat is upstream, you have to do the subtraction of two speeds because they have opposite direction. So it's a 16 minus x. 16 minus x is the speed relative to the bank. This is speed relative to the water. And you have speed, then times 20 minutes. Here is hours. 20 minutes is 1/3 hour. 1/3 hour. So it moves from one point, initial point to one point, and then go back downstream. Downstream, you have the speed 16, and this time the current and the boat has the same direction, so you have to add those two speed together. So 16 times 16 plus x. This is the speed of the boat relative to the bank. And then it takes 15 minutes to drive back. Okay, so 15 minutes is 1/4 hour. So you go this direction and go back, you have the same distance. Speed times hours is equal to speed times hour. So that's how you get it. Get the equation. The equation measures the distance between the initial and the terminal point. Okay, so they have the denominator 1 over 3, 1 over 4. Let's multiply this by 12. I don't want the rational number. So this part times 12, you get 4 16 minus x. The right side times 12, you get 3 16 plus x. So 4 times 16 is 48 minus 4x. 64, my bad. 64. 3 times 16 is 48 plus 3x. And then you move 4x to the right side, 48 to the left. You will get what? You will get 16. 64 minus 48 is 16. Here is 7x. 3x plus 4x is 7x. So x is 16 over 7 miles per hour. So you're going to answer the current has a speed 16 over 7 miles per hour, and that's it. All right. Okay, so last one. Problem 11. A bank loaned out $12,000, part of it at the rate of 8% per year, and the rest at the rate of 18% per year. If the interest received totaled $1,000, how much was loaned at 8%? Okay, well, let's see. Assume the bank loaned X dollars at 8% per year. Then the bank loaned 12,000 minus X dollars at 18% per year, right? So you have just two parts. One is 8%, the other one is 18%. And for 8%, after 1 year, the interest is X dollars times 8%. For 18%, it is 12,000 minus X times 18%. The total after 1 year has interest $1,000. All right, so that's the equation. We compute the interest from two directions. Okay, 8% is 0.08 times x. 12,000 times 0.18 is 18% minus 0.18 times x. All right, and 0.08 minus 0.18 is negative 0.18. Well, let's compute 12, 0.18 18. So you cancel 2 zeros with this, and this part it is 2160. Move to the right. It's 1000 minus 2160. So negative 0.1x is negative 1160. So x is negative 1160 over negative 0.1 is $1160. So the bank loaned $1160 at 8%. And that's it. Because the problem only asks you how much was loaned at 8%. So you just get this number. If they also ask you how much loaned at 18%, you have to use 12,000 minuses. You will get 8,400. But whatever, here, this is enough. Okay, so that's exercise. This exercise just focus on the solutions of equations, inequalities, and also the application of those stuffs. And also remember, you have the complex numbers. You're supposed to be able to compute the complex solutions for the quadratic equation in the complex number system. Okay, so again, this covers at least 90% of the material, but I never say it covers all the materials. Maybe you will see some problem from the exercise, but may not be covered by this practice exam. Okay, send me email if you have questions. We finish here. Thank you.